Today on Rappler. The executive branch proposes 10.77 billion pesos in confidential funds for 2026, with zero funds for the Office of the Vice President. The Marcos administration did not include funding for Ayuda para sa Kaposang Kita, or AKAP, in the proposed 2026 budget. The Department of Foreign Affairs expresses serious concern over China's unlawful interference at Scarborough Shoal. Vice Ganda is not declared persona non grata in Davao City. And 4 of Spades makes a surprise drop of the new song Nanaman. The executive branch wants 10.77 billion pesos in confidential funds for 2026. Nearly half of this figure will go as usual straight to President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s office. For the second consecutive year, there is no confidential and intelligence funds proposed for Vice President Sara Duterte's office. Budget Secretary Amena Pangandaman says Wednesday, August 13, under the proposed 2026 National Expenditure Program, 4.6 billion pesos would be for confidential expenses and 6.398 billion pesos for intelligence expenses. The Office of the President is allocated 4.5 billion pesos, the same amount since 2020. It is followed by the Department of National Defense with 1.8 billion pesos. If Congress approves this proposal as is, it would be the third consecutive year that the Office of the Vice President gets zero funding for secret expenses. The House in February cited her alleged misuse of confidential funds in 2022 when it impeached her. Confidential expenses refer to surveillance activities in civilian government agencies, while intelligence expenses pertain to information-gathering activities of uniformed personnel related to national security. The Marcos administration did not request Congress funding for Ayuda para sa Kaposang Kita, or AKAP, the pet cash aid program of Speaker Martin Romualdez in the proposed 2026 budget. Budget Secretary Amena Pangandaman says due to limited fiscal space, they did not include AKAP for now. Last year, the Senate cut 39 billion pesos in AKAP funding from the proposed General Appropriations Bill for 2025 that originated from the House. But about 26 billion pesos was later restored after closed-door talks in the Bicameral Conference Committee. It is still unclear if the 2026 House budget will include AKAP funding. Appropriations Chairperson Mika Swansing says in an interview that it is an ongoing discussion whether the House would fund AKAP. AKAP is a program under the Department of Social Welfare and Development that provides one-time cash assistance of up to 5,000 pesos to middle-class workers. Critics have expressed concern that AKAP funds have been used as a pork barrel of lawmakers. The Philippines Department of Foreign Affairs says it was seriously concerned about China's unlawful interference in a humanitarian mission for Filipino fishermen at the Scarborough Shoal. This, a day after 2 Chinese vessels collided in the West Philippine Sea. A China Coast Guard vessel collided with a People's Liberation Army Navy destroyer on August 11, as the two were chasing the Philippine Coast Guard's BRP Suluan, some 10.5 nautical miles away from Scarborough Shoal. The DFA says in a statement, quote, "Their actions not only posed a grave danger to Philippine personnel and vessels, but also resulted in the unfortunate collision between the 2 Chinese vessels." The DFA adds the Philippine Coast Guard offered medical aid and other assistance to the Chinese side. However, the CCG did not respond. Chinese maritime forces, whether the CCG, Chinese Navy, or the so-called Chinese Maritime Militia, routinely employ dangerous maneuvers against Philippine ships in the West Philippine Sea. Comedian Vice Ganda is not declared persona non grata in Davao City. Persona non grata is a Latin phrase meaning unwelcome person. This amid a supposed resolution letter from the Davao City Council circulating online declaring him persona non grata. It supposedly cites a recent comedic stint by the comedian during a collaboration concert with singer Regine Velasquez last August 8. Vice Ganda performed a parody of a viral ad song that supposedly mocked Duterte and his jet ski remarks on the West Philippine Sea. The resolution supposedly encouraged Davao City residents, institutions, and private businesses to refrain from supporting products and services endorsed by him. The purported resolution is fake. It lacks the official seal of Davao City, which is present in official documents published on the local government's website. The document bears no date of passage or list of signatories, and the resolution number is left blank. The City Council of Davao has not yet released any announcement or resolution declaring Vice Ganda persona non grata in the city. Acting Davao City Mayor Rigo Duterte also debunks the claim. He says the City Council would rather tend to other priority policies and programs over, quote, cheap insults and distasteful jokes made for clout. Four of Spades makes a surprise return with the release of Nanaman, with Blaster Silonga stepping up as the lead vocalist a month after the surprise reunion track Aura. Nanaman is the band's second track since its four original members, Unique Salonga, Zil Benitez, Silonga, and Bajao de Castro, reunited last month. Silonga wrote the track, which carries a more upbeat, disco-inspired piece than Aura, exploring the dizzying realities of losing oneself when falling in love. He has been the band's lead guitarist and has also taken on lead vocals in many live shows since Unique Salonga left in 2018. The song and official music video were released midnight August 13, with Four of Spades credited as producers. And that's today's wrap. I'm Kara Oliver. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. Follow us on Rappler's YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok.